the star of ABC's Blackish, also here as part of the Get Real About Diabetes campaign. Good to see you, Anthony Anderson.
Oh, Rich, thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think of all this drama with the Warriors right now?
I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what's going on with them. Draymond, get your act together.
were you at that game with the Clippers?
No, I was fortunate. I was working, man. I had an overtime at work. But I saw the highlights and I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm glad that the Clippers pulled out the win in overtime. And you know, Draymond, get it together.
he says he's going to. That's what
he has to.
Well, he says he won't change the way that he approaches the game.
He will not change, but I'm sure that the Warriors will change personnel.
You do, huh? I do. I don't. Otherwise, with Durant, you know what I'm saying?
You're looking at somebody who may enter the free agency market in a year, who's supposedly happy where he is right now, but because of what's transpiring between he and Draymond and all that, he may decide to go elsewhere. If you were the franchise,
yes,
and you had invested that much money and time into KD, what would you do?
I would do what they did, which was tell Draymond you stepped over the line. Let's pull it together for one last seson at the very least and figure this thing out.
And I'm a fan of Draymond.
Me too.
I love that brother.
I'd rather. That's what I said. Before you were coming out here, is that it's great when he directs that in an outward direction. Yeah. Because you want that guy. You want that guy that gets everybody all fired up.
Come on, you want to explode, not implode.
That's it.
Yeah. Draymond, I've been sent to the principal's office, dog. That ain't no fun. Let's stay out of there.
And your Clippers were the one who started this whole thing because they're so damn good, right?
Yeah, we're so good. Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pleasantly surprised at our record right now and what we're doing, considering all that we lost, and all that we traded away. Steve Ballmer. I'm not going to say we're friends, but I can call him up on the phone and he'll pick up and answer. We're friendly with a capital F. And, you know, even though I'm a season ticket holder for the Clippers, he invited me to sit with him at the game the other day. And we sat and we just talked shop, man. And I love – first off, Steve Ballmer is a fan of the sport, and he's passionate about the sport, and he's passionate about his team. And I'm glad that we have an owner like that who is willing to do what he can to have the best team on the floor. He
seems like he's so hepped up he would make coffee nervous.
He does.
You sit next to him, what's it like watching a game with him?
Oh, it's nonstop energy, man. You know, and they keep his Coca-Cola or Pepsi, whatever drink he drinks, it just comes.
So he's caffeinated?
He's caffeinated, brother. He's caffeinated on a carbonated liquid. And it's fun, just the energy that he sits there and cheers on our team with, man. I love it.
See, because what you're hearing now with LeBron back here in town is that everyone's going to want to come and play with LeBron and put on the Lakers uniform.
Right.
But the Clippers, when you go into Staples and there's no Clippers game going on, Taylor Swift has more banners in Staples than the Clippers. It's true. And so wouldn't you want to come and try and create your own legacy?
Oh, I get where you're going. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No.
Because you stabbed me in the heart.
No,
and then I thought you were about to start yanking it down, but I get it. No, it didn't pierce the valve.
First thing, I was just spitting truth.
Yes.
And then
venomously,
following it up with a little bit of honey.
That has been my whole argument or point of view. It was like, wouldn't you want to go someplace and build your legacy there? You've already had your legacy established and cemented elsewhere.
Yes.
Why not come here and do it? You know, why play, for lack of a better term, in the shadows of some of the other greats? You know, when, you can create your great shadow in a Clipper uniform.
I love Doc, too. Doc's awesome.
Yeah.
You must see him every now and then.
I see him all the time. We play golf together. You know, Doc and I have been friendly for quite some time now. Yeah.
What's your game look like? What's your golf game look like, Anthony Anderson?
It looks horrible at the moment, but
you're too busy.
Yeah, I'm too busy. But when Doc can hit the ball.
He can.
Doc can hit the ball. Can't putt worth a damn, but he can. he drives for show. The whole thing is you drive for show, putt for dough.
Yeah.
He'll never make the money. You'll never make the money. Sorry, Doc. I'm just going to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Now you're spitting truth.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson here on the Rich Eisen Show. The Get Real About Diabetes campaign. You've been living with diabetes for 17 years. Is that true?
Yeah. 17 years going on 18 years now. Yeah.
Okay. So what is that like for you?
At one point it was hard. It was just tough. Dealing with a fluctuating glucose level and an A1C that was through the roof. But, with medication, with exercise, with diet, with a change of lifestyle, it's become manageable. And I was the first person diagnosed in my family with diabetes. But knowing what the symptoms are after being diagnosed with it, I look back on my childhood, and my father was a type 2 diabetic, an undiagnosed type 2 diabetic for almost 20 years, maybe a little bit longer. And we unfortunately lost my father to complications of diabetes. Once he was diagnosed, his quality of life was just horrible because the disease had gone so long unchecked. And my mother subsequently had become a type 2 diabetic as well. So I teamed up with Novo Nordisk, to share my story and just to bring awareness to this disease. And, GetRealAboutDiabetes.com. We also have a Facebook page, Get Real About Diabetes, that people can go to and get information and learn how to live with this disease and maintain a healthy lifestyle while having it.
Because it's treatable if you know what you're looking for and know what it is.
It is. You can just go there and get all this information, be it for yourself or a loved one or a friend.
Yeah, no, I think Cutler, right, Brockman? Was Jay Cutler a diabetic as well?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Jay Cutler was dealing with diabetes.
He would do it during games.
Yeah, during games you would have to deal with it too.
Okay. No, definitely, man, definitely. I mean, I deal with it every day. I deal with it on set. I have to take a shot of insulin once a day. I'm also on oral meds, but it's something that you have to constantly keep in check, or it will check you.
GetRealAboutDiabetes.com. Anthony Anderson here. Congratulations on the 100th episode of Blackish.
Thank you.
That is a remarkable television achievement for any show.
I know you're busy. Did you see the episode, or did you at least see my pictures in my outfit?
I saw that you did some recreations of some classic videos.
Yes.
Including Prince.
Well, it was a half-hour-long homage to Prince. Yeah, we did 4 to 5 Prince songs and remade 4 or 5 of his videos shot by shot with each individual family member. Okay,
and how do you think you pulled it off, Anthony?
I think we pulled it off well. No,
you personally.
I don't mind wearing a midriff. I don't mind wearing a silk midriff, man. I look like a human domino. But I recreated the Kiss video, so I had from the bottom of my nipples to the bottom of my navel exposed. Yeah, Prince wore a waist chain. Mine was a belly chain. I had to get a jump rope to make go around, but it looked good.
Now you met Prince, correct?
Yeah,
What's the story behind that?
I can't remember how we met initially, but after our first encounter, he made sure that I was at every house party that he had in Los Angeles. And if he knew that I was in town, like in New York, he made sure that I was at every show he performed at Madison Square Garden. When he was in Vegas, he made sure that, because he knows who comes to his show.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he knows, especially if he knows you. And I would get a call from his office, from one of his assistants, and was like, Anthony, Prince is closing his show in Vegas next week, and he noticed that you haven't been. He wants to invite you. And I would come to the shows, and I would come, and he would invite me on stage, man, and we would have a great time. I'll never forget, we were at Madison Square Garden. Security came to my seat at the end of the show, or towards the end of the show, and said, Prince wants you to come on stage. I was like, okay. He wants you to come on stage now. All right, so I'll go on stage. It's me, Whoopi Goldberg, Cornel West, Tavis Smiley, a bunch of other people on stage, and we went to this after-hour spot after the concert, a place called Village Underground in the Village.
Sure, that's famous.
Yeah, and so, because Prince likes to jam afterwards. Well, Prince just went to go listen to the musicians. And so it's Prince, his assistant, myself. And I see Prince lean over to his assistant. And then all of a sudden, the assistant leans over to me and says, I don't know why I do this voice, but it's like, Prince wants you to come back and have pasta and pizza. I was like, oh, okay. And then Prince got up and left, and she got up and left. I don't know why her voice is so deep, because it was a woman. She got up and she left.
Because you were summoned.
Yes.
You were summoned by royalty.
And I show up at the Ritz-Carlton. There's a doorman there with a key, and it was like, Ms. Anderson, Prince is on floor 42, and the room number is 4206. I was like, okay. Gave me my key, put me in this private elevator. I went up, put the key in the door. The door opened. I had my wife with me. We walked in. I was like, oh. And there was, an array of people in the living room, and I went back to find Prince, and he was back there holding court with Tavis Smiley and Cornel West, and he looked up and was like, smiled and gave me the peace sign, and I went back in, and we had pasta and pizza at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. How did Prince like his pizza? This is very important. The toppings
first off,
is a window into one's soul.
First off, there was no meat on the pizza, and I didn't see Prince eat any pizza. We would go to his house, man, for the house parties. I want to say Prince was a vegan, and so he had his chef prepare. You'll be at the house, and it'd be Stevie Wonder playing the piano, Malcolm Jamal Warner on bass. Rochelle Farrell singing lead, Harry Connick Jr. playing bongos. No, that was Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry. I get him confused sometimes. But it was just amazing, man. And then it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, his chef is serving you breakfast. You're like, why am I at Prince's house at 5 o'clock in the morning, man? It was truly an amazing relationship. That not only myself, but other people had with him.
I'm just glad that it was pizza and pasta. It wasn't like a game of telephone, like Prince asked you to do something and it came back pizza and pasta through his assistant.
Anthony, Prince wants you to come back to the hotel and have pasta and pizza. That's how it came to me.
That is fantastic. Now, last one for you, because I know you got to go. Is your son is going to Howard University?
He's a freshman at Howard University.
Okay, where you, due to financial considerations, could not finish up.
Why are you gonna put my parents' business in the street like that?
Hey, look, man.
So what? We didn't grow up with a silver spoon like yourself, Rich Eisen. Everybody can't afford university.
No, but you put yourself through school, correct?
I did, and I ran out of money after my junior year, so I left after my junior year. Always wanted to go back.
Right.
I had every intention on going back before my children went to college. Mm-hmm. My daughter graduated cum laude from University of San Diego this past May. And this past fall, my son started his freshman year. And I was like, you know what? At my alma mater, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. So I vowed to him and to myself that I will walk with him in 2022.
That's amazing. Man.
Yeah. But now my son may drop out after his first semester.
Are you serious?
Unfortunately. Hopefully he stays in school. But my son is an aspiring rapper and a young, talented actor. And he's had, unfortunately for him,
yes,
I'm his father, and he's had a taste of success early. Mm-hmm. He's had 2 sitcoms on Netflix that they didn't get picked up, but they lasted a year apiece. And he's made a nice chunk of money for a 17-year-old.
Okay.
And he sees what I've been able to accomplish as a college dropout, and he wants to follow that. I was like, no, son, I didn't work this hard.
Parenting, man.
To send you to private. Had I known you were going to be a college dropout, I would have sent you to public school. You could have went to Encino Elementary and Taft or North Hollywood High. I didn't have to spend all this money for Sierra Canyon. Man, he was going to be a college dropout. Hell, you didn't even need to go to high school. You could have been homeschooled.
Well, maybe one day, hopefully, may your child turn to his assistant and invite somebody up for pasta and pizza one day. May it all work out.
Nathan, I love you, man. Stay in school so we can graduate together.
That's what I was leading to. I heard that story. I thought it was such a neat story. So
yeah, that's my plan. Hopefully, and I joke about it, but I'm here to support my son in whatever it is that he wants to do. He's an intelligent young man. And, college isn't for everyone. You can hope and want it to be for your child, but it's not for everyone. They have their own path.
Anthony Anderson, I love when you're on. Please come back soon.
Please have me back.
You bet.
Draymond, get it together, man!
That's a new drop on our show. We got to keep that. We're going to do that. I have a feeling we're going to be able to
all
use
the time.
That could be what we call evergreen. At Anthony Anderson on Twitter. Watch Blackish Tuesdays 9 Eastern on ABC, and getrealaboutdiabetes.com for you to go check out right now. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You bet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.